Okay, so here we have a standard Proto Rail. I was repairing this gun for a teammate, and we're going to play in a tournament this weekend. But was fixing this gun up, got it working, and let's just give you my impressions on it, shall we? Shooting! Now, I have to say that the dwell time on this feels extremely delayed, and that's mostly because I go from shooting the E-Tech 5, which is a poppet valve gun, which usually run with really low dwell times, and now with this. But you can get used to it. It's not a problem. I'll have a slow motion graphic on. But all in all, it does shoot nice. To me, it sounds like it's coughing the shots out, and that's not a bad thing. It's just a sound signature. It's just like, but the stock barrel on it is I think an 11-inch, but the finish in it is really nice, and it shoots straight. I can tell you that. Yeah. Taking the bolt apart is very easy, and I love the way this bolt system works. It's a basic dump valve design, but unlike most guns in this price range, this dump valve design is designed to be as slow as it possibly can. And this preserves its gentleness on paint. And I can't emphasize on how amazing that is. It's easy to grease up. Just find all the O-rings and add a dab of grease and spread it out on them. It's that easy, and putting it back together is extremely easy too. You have no problems putting this gun back together. Just slide it back into the gun and you're set. You're set to fire. Be sure to do this every time you use it. You're supposed to maintain it about every 4,000 shots, but it's safe to do it beforehand. Now, something I don't like too much about the gun is the regulator. And although di-hyper regs have been amazing performers and they've worked fantastically over the years, I don't like that they use a shim stack or washers. Now, understand the washers need to be arranged in a certain way for the piston to compress them and go back to the original position and function properly. Now, the piston's very straightforward. It's easy to maintain. But the washers I don't really like working with. Although it's easy to put back together with this Allen key system you can see on video, if you spill them, you're going to have to place them one by one so that they're in the right order. It's opposites on opposites. So that they so you can see that they compress when the piston squeezes down on them. Fortunately, I only recommend maintaining your reg about every 20,000 shots, so you won't really have to do this all that much. So, how does the gun feel in the hands? I think it's got a pretty good feeling to it, other than the ultralight frame. The trigger feels awesome. It's a light pull, and it's pretty long too, and I like that. It's easy to bounce off semi-auto. It doesn't get tight, even though it is spring-powered, it doesn't get tighter as you pull, which is a plus, for me at least. The regulator grip, it's easy to control. It gets thin in the back here, so you can slip if you're one of these guys. So I like that. But my only problem with it is the ultralight frame. I'm Mr. Monster Hands. They just don't like me as much. I wish I liked them, but see, when I'm trying to pull the trigger, part of my palm is already behind it, and that just makes for an awkward pull. And that's my only complaint with them. Other than that, if you have big hands and you've never held one before, just try to get a hold of an ultralight frame and then decide if you want to get it or not. But other than that, it's got a solid build to it.